Yo, I am late, as always. The stream has finally started now. Hopefully the games will get going pretty soon. I don't know if Vladislav is ready, but as you can see from the title, this is going to be a 24 game, well, best of 24 game Blitz match against Artemiev. Pretty serious stuff in that sense. Also, we play 3+2, as I think none of us want this to be a flag fest. Yeah, late as always. Boomer tech skills, and I don't know, I just think that things are gonna take less time than they eventually do. Like, some people have a bad sense of time, like a minute will have passed and in their head like only 50 seconds have passed, and this means that they're always late, and I think I'm one of those, rather than somebody who doesn't respect people's time. Yeah, now I seem to have crossed out the Chess24 logo, but this is on Chess24 on the new interface. Hopefully this interface will be ready for general release fairly soon, but it's certainly I think yeah, nicer than before. Anyway, the games are not starting. There it is. Okay, am I on the wrong cam? No, I'm not on the wrong cam. Okay, never mind. The game has started. He's played 1d4. Let's go. Artemiev is young, relatively young, born in '98, grandmaster from Russia, who has a very positional style of play. I would say at this point he's definitely a top 5 Blitz player in the world, so this is clearly a very tough challenge. Okay, let me try and play something slightly unusual here. I'll go, yeah, let's go knight bd7. a6, there's queen b3. I feel like I've been stalling in this exact position before. Okay, let's go c6. So you can go bishop d3, but I feel like rook c1 is a waste of time, probably. Well, if not a waste of time, then maybe not necessary. Because how are these lines? Queen e7, castles, e5, d95 takes, knight d5 maybe? It's a little bit dull. Yeah, I don't know what else to do though. So I'm thinking this knight d5, c d5, bishop d2, queen d2, queen d5 should be more or less equal. And if he takes on d5 immediately, then I have bishop c3 and then e4 winning a piece. So I think this is fine. If cd5, I will have to consider whether to go cd or knight d5. Yeah, but this is what I expected though. And I may be very slightly worse, but I think realistically it's just gonna end up equal. And I don't know why he's thinking. Regardless, I think, yeah, this is pretty much equal. Maybe I can hope at some point to have chances with the majority, hoping that it's easier to set it 3 against 2 in motion than 4 against 3. But I think it's unrealistic. Anyway, now g6 feels like the sensible way to get Luft. 25. Yeah, this is pretty equal, I think. b6. Yeah, we'll capture. So his idea is capture rook c4, rook d8, and then rook d4, trying to get control over the d file. That's clever. Probably don't have a lot of choice. Take. So queen e7, queen c7 maybe. Queen c7, there's still queen d1. Maybe I'm actually slightly worse. Okay, let's go b6. Rook d7, maybe this. Forcing queen d1 at least. Maybe also queen f6. Rook a7, rook d8. Looks like counterplay, no? Yeah, at least in Blitz this seems reasonable. If it doesn't take, I just go rook d8 and I exchange, and I'm never ever worse. Yeah, I just realized rook d8, queen c3, and I lose. Yeah, there are no tricks there. It's a pity. Okay, queen of 3, rook a7, there's rook d8. e5. Yeah, he's not much better, but he's certainly slightly better, and it's hard to imagine me winning. h4, I go h5. Okay, he decides just to trade. think that's... Oh, maybe I don't have a perpetual there. Now I think I'm fine. We'll give a check. Oh, he still has f3. That's a pity. Yeah, then I'm just much worse. I should still have good chances to hold, but now it's definitely suffering. And I should have put the king on g8 as well. Okay, c5. Trying to exchange. Queen d1, queen... Oh my god, I just keep on blundering. I thought I had this check, but... Not good. Not good. Okay, I'll try and fight, of course, but no. Feels like a lost cause at this point. This has been awful. How does he intend to keep everything together? Okay, this way. Makes sense. Okay, queen d7, hoping for queen h3. Yeah, I'm just hoping for tricks at this point. But he's getting short of time. Maybe I can... Yeah, now I think I'm saving it somehow. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is not good. Take. Wow. Okay, I'll take it, I guess. I will take it. Wow, too much one. Too weak, too slow indeed. Wow. Never stop hustling. Just complain, complain, complain. And then you win. What can you do? What can you do? Oh, knight f6. Going for some prepared line here. Okay, let's see what he's got here. This is it's an old line. Usually I think white is a little bit better here. But the only worry is that he will probably know it better than I do. What do you play here? f3, I guess? Bishop g5. Yeah. I think rook f2. I'm not so worried about the pen. Maybe I'm worried about the pen. And I guess you guys know that you can spam. With a few exceptions. It's mostly fine. But you can't, as per usual, in like at least half serious matches. You You cannot suggest moves. And even though we don't have a lot of moderators, we will ban you. And you can never come back. Meanwhile, in the game, yeah, he went 94. He played it so fast that I suspected that it was something he knew. But now I'm getting a little bit less sure about it. Because it seems to me that this endgame is better for me. Because of the bishops. And I'll be interested to see how he intends to try and equalize here. I got c4, rook d8, rook b2, potentially. And if he trades, I have a potentially strong pass pawn. So he goes rook c8. Makes a lot of sense. Guess now rook d2. Rook behind potential pass pawn. Centralizing. I didn't see knight a5 though. Huh. That's really annoying. Really, really annoying. Oh boy. Yeah, now there's no question of me having an advantage. Now I probably need to see how I can equalize. Okay, let's go c5. Hoping for rook fd8. This, and bishop. Well, there's still knight b3. Even this one doesn't work. He actually went rook fd8. It's annoying. Okay. Let me try and get a little bit cheeky here. I have some serious tactics in mind. So the line I have in mind is rook d2, bishop d2, knight knight b3, bishop b7. Okay, which I'm gonna have to play fast, of course, but I think this should probably work. Rook c7. Yeah, maybe even bishop f4 works there. Rook b7 and then c6. But I was thinking rook c7, c6. If knight d2, I have rook d1. Okay, but maybe bishop f4 is actually stronger. I think bishop f4 is stronger. Oh no, maybe it's not. Bishop f4, rook b7, c6, rook b8 is an amazing trick. Because I have to play c6. Now obviously time is Time is running out, but that's one of the good things about playing 3-2, that you have a little bit extra time for all of this. Bishop a5, and I don't think he can stop my pawn. Rook e7, c7, bishop e6, there's bishop d5. Which probably means that I'm better. If he has to give up the rook for the pawn, then my bishop pair will probably reign supreme on an open board. Okay, so he's maybe gonna try bishop e6. Yeah, I think he's trying this, and now rook c7. And then rook f7. Which I guess is sensible. Let me bring the king in. Still believe that my bishop is better than his knight. Yeah. King goes. I think this ending should be close to winning for me now. Bishop d2. I think I want to go a4, a5. Or just king c6, actually. Maybe just king c6. Yeah, let's go king b5. Yeah, I want to keep his king out a little bit. Bishop e3. Oh, knight d3. He's going for counterplay. Okay, now I have to play faster, obviously. I still think I have enough pawns to win here. Did I seriously just blunder my bishop that way? Oh my god. Didn't even pay attention to the bishop. Unbelievable. Oh, yeah, that's really poor. Okay. Draw. I was playing a good game here at some point. I mean, just move the bishop, king e6, king f7, and I should win. Yeah, not good. The first two games have been... yeah, they've been poor. What can I say? Not throwing for content, just... yeah, I don't even know what to say. Is this b5 is displayable here? Because I played this against Georg Meyer 2 years ago in the Grenke Classic with castles instead of bishop e2. No shirts were harmed in the blundering of this bishop. Nice one. Just the ones. I think this one would be easy to rip though. It's been through some hard times. Okay, so he wants to go c4, a4. Don't need to defend it immediately, but I think it makes sense. I want knight d7, c5. Generally speaking, I should be fine. Very harmonious development. Yeah, e4 maybe. I could go e5, d5, knight g4. Okay, and sorry if the arrows sometimes go astray. I'm very, very new to arrow drawing. I think c5 is reasonable. Can go d5, but I'm not particularly worried about Benoni structures when his knight is on d2. So I think I'll do that. C, B, A, B, queen b5, there's bishop a6. Eyeing this one. Okay. Why again was I not worried about this one? Because his knight on d2 is passive, that's why. Okay, let's bring the knight, maybe the other way, the other knights as well. My bishop is a bit passive, so could be a potential worry. And besides, it should be noted that Artemiev is a maneuvering player, so slow play like we have in this game should in general suit him pretty well. Let me take and then I'll go a5, activating the bishop. But feels like I'm making moves rather than playing chess at this point. Don't see a very coherent plan in what I'm doing. So he's gotta get e5, isn't he? Yeah, this is probably kind of pointless. Okay. Sort of enticing e5. I don't think it's great for me, but I feel I can possibly complicate the play then. e5, knight d7 maybe. And this is a threat. With e6 I take on b2 and then knight c4 with a discovered attack. Okay, I have to take back, of course. And my worry here is that these but these pieces are a little bit out of play. So they are tying down some of his pieces to the defense of c4, but they're not doing much else. So I think I might have to bring more pieces to the king side eventually, like knight f6, maybe knight d7. Here, rook c1. I'll go knight f6. Queen c3. Let's try and bother him a little bit. Rook b4. I don't think queen a3 was good. I think he needed to go queen a1. Then I would have gone bishop c8, trying to get the bishop to f5. No, I think I'm doing fine. Knight b2, there's bishop f1. Okay, let's go knight d7. Knight d4, I go knight e5, attacking c4. Knight c3. Yeah, I think he's losing the thread a little bit here. Knight b2, now c4 is falling. this just wins in exchange, no? Yeah, let's grab it. F6. Yeah, he's still fighting here, but looks pretty bad. Now I'll just try and consolidate. Knight f7 looks solid. He does have some strong pieces, so it's not like he's without any compensation, but I don't think it's nearly... Oh, rook e7, bishop f... Sorry, knight e4. Okay, let's go king g8 then. King g8, he takes an f6, queen f6, and then knight e4. It's a bit annoying. Okay, let's go bishop f5. We'll take it, and then go bishop f5 again. If he takes an f6, I'll take back and try and play an ending with the pawn up. He doesn't have to take. Didn't consider that. Yeah, he's a tenacious fella. Okay, let's go h6. Take it. King f7. You know, my rook was trapped on f6, so I didn't actually have to take immediately. Now this should win. Why did I believe I had him in check there? Why did I believe queen d4 was check? That was just amazing. I mean, I can't even explain some of these brain farts I'm having. I think if it trades, I win. Okay, I'll try and trade anyway. Okay, that's a good way to try and fight. c2, does it win? No, I don't think so. Okay, we'll go here. Did I actually blow this? No, I don't think I did. Yes, I did. Oh my god. Seriously. Seriosna. Wow, he fights well. He plays really, really well with just a few seconds on the clock, but I mean the way I'm failing to convert here is awful. Yeah. This is gonna be a molding stream. I'm sure people already knew that, but this is gonna be a serious molding stream from now on. Okay, this line I used to play myself back in the good old so-called days. I've had this as black against Vichy, for instance. Usually white is a little bit better. B3 maybe? Black usually has to go queen b6 at some point and exchange queens, and then, you know, there's not much, but there's a bishop pair. Okay, we'll take it. Bishop d3. C4. There's bishop a6 and then d5, I think. So I'll try bishop e3. Thinking if this, I can win a tempo with c4 later on. Maybe I'll go knight c3. This way. Rook fc1, there's still knight b4. I think I could do it. I can go c4 though. Knight b4, bishop e2. d5. I'm definitely a bit better here. Bishop a6, I got a3. Knight c6, cd5, and I should be better. Another line I'm thinking of here is dc4, bishop c4, bishop d5, trying to exchange, then I'll go a3, bishop c4, ab4, bishop b3, rook c8, and then ba5 with a better endgame. Obviously that point is pretty moot now that he's gone king f8. So if a3, knight c6, cd5, he's got knight d4. The line doesn't necessarily end there, but I don't think it's too promising for me. Yeah, let's go a3. Let's play bishop e3. If he goes d4, I go back and I start pushing these pawns. That should be much better. And bishop a6, I got cd. Maybe I should play dc4. bc4, I think. Rook b1 later on. I'm definitely better. Question is how much. Wait a sec, maybe I could have gone c5 here. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter now. c5. Okay, never mind. We'll just play it cool for the moment. I have a very nice positional edge. Let's go here, intending c5, then b4. I think he has to take on c4 or now at some point. Maybe bishop a6 was a good move. Yeah, if I go c5, then he blocks. That's no good. Yeah, let's take on a5. At least I do get a passed outside pawn here, like I had in one of the previous games. Do I want dark squared or light squared bishop? It's not actually obvious to me which one I want. Okay, let's go for the light squared one. I'm running out of time, so. I think rook a8 and he should hold. Yeah, he's definitely holding after rook a8. This, I should have exchanged one pair of rooks. I assume this is fine as well. Probably exchange now. Knight f5? What the hell is that? He's not getting the knight where he wants. No, this was no good. Knight d7. d7, but I got rook d7. This rook ending is massively advantageous for me. I feel like this must be winning. Okay, let's exchange this one first. It's not winning, is it? No, it's not winning. Okay. Maybe I needed to go immediately. Maybe it wasn't that clear. Okay, so I won the first game where I was lost, and then I've been winning in the next three, or at least close to winning in the next three, and I haven't won any of them. Go figure, huh? Wonder what he wants. Okay, he wants to close Sicilian. Yeah, it's fine by me. As I said, he's a maneuvering player, so it's really not a surprise that he wants kind of a quiet position. Let's go e5. Draw rate feels like the candidates, yeah. Welcome to slow blitz. Molding and throwing. Oh, this is interesting. This I had with white against Wojtaszek in the Olympiad in Tromsø in 2014. I don't think I played f4 that early though. Can you somehow play think you probably can go bishop h3 and ef4. Yeah, I think you can. And then d5. Okay, so gf. Now we got queen b6 maybe. I think I've seen something like this before. Maybe also d5 is fine. It's maybe a bit of an overreaction to his opening play. But I think it's fine. Bishop g2 maybe. Putting pressure here. Okay, he just takes. Interesting. I'll have to take twice, of course. And if I can get moves like rook a, d8 and b6 to neutralize the pressure on this diagonal, then I should be fine. Yeah, bishop h3 and all this probably wasn't great. But it's fine. I missed this one. Not sure it's a big deal, but I definitely missed it. Ah, this is fine. Just take, and then I go bishop e5. Maybe I'll take with the rook, actually, and put the rook on d8. Oh, let's keep it simple. Take with the knight. Rook e3, I'll go rook e7. d4, I'll take, knight c6. Okay. Guess there's nothing better for him. Here I'm at least completely fine. Knight c6. Okay, let's just go knight d5. Seems easier. Rook d8. It's probably just going to be a draw, to be fair. Maybe you can try for something slight with this bishop, but I doubt it. And besides in Blitz, getting tricked by the knight is a serious problem potentially. Okay, now rook d2. Yeah, you can go take a7, but this is just a draw. As long as I can get the rook behind the pawn and yeah, And he cannot activate his king, I'm fine, and here I got knight d4. Maybe yeah, bishop e2, there was knight e2 and then knight c3. And here I'm very slightly better, but obviously it's a draw. But I'll try and give him a slightly hard time. I mean, all of these 3 against 2s are drawn, but his a-pawn isn't of much use. Maybe, okay, so that's the first concession, at the very least. That's a little something. Now, my rook is technically the one that's passive, but I don't know if that is the case in practice. So rook e4, a4. No, I can't do anything there. Yeah. My rook will be passive, so this is just a draw. Quite a straightforward one at that. We have to be very, very slightly careful. Just, okay. Go this way. Draw, 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 draw. Okay, let's see if I can win a game as white. He usually goes for some variation of the Slav. Let's see which one he has in store today. So we'll have the semi-Slav. Let's go bishop g5. See what he's got. Knight bd7. Oh, he goes for the Cambridge Springs. It's not a bad opening, but he has suffered a bit in these lines. So which one do I want to go for? I'll go cd5. Knight d5. This is the old main line, and then rook c1 is the new move. I think. Yeah, so the point here is usually white would go queen d2, but then the more modern move is just to omit that and go a3 immediately. So b6, what's the point here for white? So queen d2, I think, just transposes to normal lines, no? Generally, if you take on a3, just white gets e4 and very good compensation with the bishop pair. Yeah, I don't remember this. So we'll just play normal. H6 is useful since the bishop is a little bit worse on h4 since it has only one diagonal rather than two to work on. I had this ending as black against Georg Meyer once. In the Dresden Olympiad in 2008. I think I also had it against Ivanchuk in 2009 in Leon in Rapid as white. Both of those games were drawn, but I was definitely worse against Meyer at some point. Also, there were some titanic battles Chirov had in this line as black. I think both against Kramnik and Aronian, he was defending these positions. And feel like I've seen Artemiev play them as well. Generally, white is a little bit better, but black holds. I'm not sure. Knight d6, I think I'll go bishop g3 and then a4 maybe? Let's just go a4. I'm probably gonna get hanging pawns here eventually in the center on c4 and d4 after he's taken, and then the a4 lever is important, either forcing him to take so that the c pawn is passed, or that I can take on b6 and create a weak pawn on b6. Okay, so he just castles. Interesting. He wants a quick rook fd8 with counterplay. So I feel like people normally castle here as white and not king e2. I don't really know why, so I'm gonna go king e2. I feel like yeah, the king, there might be enough pieces here in the center that the king doesn't belong there. But I could see things opening up here in a way, and like we have in some previous games, and it's really becoming a theme as well, that I'm playing with the bishop pair in almost every game somehow against his knights. I mean, he is very good at handling the knights, but so I feel like my bishops should eventually prevail in a few of these games. Yeah, let's go g4 maybe. Anticipating knight d6. Oh, knight d7. It's a little bit surprising to me. Now I can potentially go knight e4 at some point. Okay, a5. I think if he takes it, I got knight b3 and knight c5. Question is whether I can hold on to everything here in the center, because if I can hold on, then I'm gonna be much better strategically. Knight c6, then I take, rook b1. Knight g6 is a surprising move. Okay, let's go. Don't know if I should go bishop e3. Okay, let's go bishop e3. Seems a bit saner. Clearly I have to speed up. This is gonna be another potential time trouble game. Yeah, rook b2, rook b1. He's got some annoying tricks. Knight g2 he's got. He could also have taken on d4 there first. Yeah, I lost control here. K4, no. think you should have gone knight h4. No, I think I'm doing great. e5, rook b6, rook d8, knight b3. He's got knight g2 though. Just getting a bit out of hand. He gives up a piece, but he doesn't have enough compensation here. Okay. Let's go back, try and consolidate. King g2. King g3. This is still not at all an easy conversion, even though I'm a piece up. Can I go knight c5? Probably not. Okay, we'll go have to go here then. Knight d2, let's go trade. Take it. Oh. Knight e6, he has to try and at least keep some pieces here. But now I think knight c4, I'm winning. f6, bishop d5. Otherwise I just take. Yeah. Good! I think he had a better position at some point, but what can I say? I got it eventually. So win, 4 draws, win. This is classical chess, you know. Pick up a win here and there. That's all you can ask for, really. Okay, let's go e6. Okay, bishop g5. Just wanted to play a hedgehog type of position. Let's go c5 then. Trade on d4, bishop e7. Too much BS in chat, somebody's saying. Can't argue with that. Okay, there are some more aggressive ways to set up with bishop f6 there, but I deferred castling a little bit in order to possibly be able to castle queenside in case he starts attacking on the king side. Now this is generally quite solid for black. I don't love the fact that I've played h6, so I might want to put the bishop around. But yeah, you can't have it all. Probably gonna end up, yeah, setting up a hedgehog structure. So that's the one I got now. Why is this color keep changing? It's kind of funny. Okay, let's go knight h5, trade a little bit. Generally speaking, I'm doing fine. Slightly worse because of the space, but my position is very solid, and potentially I do have a couple of pawn breaks with e5 and b5. Now I'll just trade. Knight f6 back. And yeah, life is, if not good, then at least decent. Queen f4. Don't know what that does. It's attacking this one, but I'll go b5. And then I'm also covering that square. I think he's playing a little bit softly here. Now I get queen b7, and I think structurally I have a slight advantage, since I will be able to create some kind of minority attack on the queen side, and compared to normal queen side Carlsen structures, my pawn is still on d6, not on d5, And that means that these squares are covered for his knight, and that makes my position a little more flexible. You can also exchange queens, but let's not rock the boat. So how to progress now? Rook a4 is interesting. b3, I will view that as a weakness and maybe just go back. Otherwise, I want to take over the a file, and whenever he takes ba4, this pawn becomes weak. So I'm trying to exchange everything on the queen side here, more or less, and then just potentially have the better pawn structure with these 4 or 5 against these 5 or 4 if we exclude the c3 and d6 pawns, which may also be exchanged eventually. Yeah, okay, I'll take rook a8. So if I go rook a8, he has got c4, which is annoying me. Yeah, let's just take. And rook a8. If he takes, queen b5, queen a1. These damn arrows again. Queen a1, knight f1. What's going wrong here? Never mind. Knight f1, queen c3, queen b8, king h7, queen d6, knight, queen b3, blah blah blah. Yeah, slightly better. Vlad is certainly taking his time now. Okay, knight f1. Interesting. Yeah, let's go knight d5. Queen c3, queen b5, knight c3 looks good. Also c4, knight f4 probably wins a pawn. So he has to go g3, I believe. Which he duly has done. Maybe I just have nothing here. I got nothing. Nothing is what I have. Damn it. Yeah, I probably don't have anything. I'm somewhat up on time at least. Let's exchange. Try and pretend that his pawn is a bit weak. .92, I think. Maybe d5, cd. It's too little. This is probably also too little. b5, g4 maybe. Yeah, I'm not at all better. Okay, draw. Yeah, there's a pattern. Okay. Let's keep on the opening tour here. Well, he goes e5. Thought he would go c6. And he's got, of course, he's gonna go for the reversed offer, reversed close Sicilian here. It's interesting. Usually black goes for f5 before knight f6. So I can try one or two plans here. One which is to go b3, bishop b2 and so on. d3 and try to be flexible that way. Or I can go for a quick rook b1, b4. For me it's hard to tell which one is best. Let's go d3. Knight d5. I think 98 is the move you're sort of supposed to play here. Maybe this way. Knight c3, 98, b4, so on. Okay, let's exchange first then. I feel like this is something that they write about in an old Doretsky book. Pretty sure I've seen like this exact structure. Can't say that I have much though. But let's try and advance. But realistically, I don't have too much to hope for in these positions. I've played this. I've overthought it, and I've played it too soft. But a lot can still happen. Yeah, it's deciding whether to go knight d6, d8 to e6 or to go knight e7. Should I go d4 now? Seems sort of wrong. But I don't particularly like my position. Okay, let's go d4. Try and change the character of the position a little bit. Maybe f4 is good. u4, ed, knight d4. Probably not clear. Takes knight e6. I'll go knight e2. Bishop e3, that was f4. Now he has got d5. But I'm loving the fact that once the position opens up, he has weakened his king with f5. So that's what I'm sort of backing on. So he's trying to open up this way. Can I go b6? Should I go b6? Yeah, I think I should. Trying to soften up his structure a bit. c6, I go with d5. In general, I'm trying to open up the position because his king is a little bit weaker. So his pawn would love to be back on, well, even f8, but preferably f7. Not d5 now. Didn't see that coming. Bishop a3 make any sense? If I go c5, you can close up with c6, so I don't like that. then... Okay, let's go bishop a3 then. Clock is obviously a little bit of a worry at some point as well. I think rook f7. Yeah, I'm allowing f4. It really wasn't called for. F4 CD maybe. Maybe F4 F3. Now at least I can take. I don't have any time. Let's go back. I can give up d4. I'm fine with that. I just don't want to get any f4 shenanigans. g5 maybe. I'll go f4 myself. Looks dicey. Okay, let's go knight f4. Try and exchange. Simplify the game a bit, since I am desperately short of time. This may be a weakness, but it also may be a strength. Don't think he's going to take, but why not pre-move? He's catching up with me on time, so that's good. Yeah, it's logical, but now I'm fine. Now I'm probably even better. C1, rook c7. Let's take it, knight e6, knight c5 to come. Starting to look very promising. Okay, knight c5. Rook d5 I didn't see, but maybe there was nothing to see. Rook c1. Probably winning now. Grab it. Should be technically winning. We push. This is the one that I didn't see. Okay. Messing this up a bit. It's very resourceful in defense. Okay. But I should still win. Yeah, let's just go grab. Grab everything that I can steal. Push. Yeah, just push. Rook ending is easily winning. I think we can just give up b6 at this point, because the h-pawn is queening. This one will take. Good stuff! Only one draw in a row this time before I started winning again. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. In a sense now that it's a bit ridiculous that we just keep on getting so short on time, both of us, and then yeah, we just spend way too much time thinking in the middle game, and then there's a messy ending, but usually I'm either getting the better of it or eventually winning. So that's good. I'm gonna take a little break and I'll be back. Okay, let's go again. We closed the rematch window here somehow. I should know how to get it back, but fortunately I don't. Oh, that was wrong. Yeah, I accidentally deleted his account on purpose. That's what I would have done after that game. I'm not funny. I'm not even a little bit funny, especially not today. I'm very, very serious and making a lot of draws. That's a lot of draws and very few jokes. I did wash my hands, yeah, thank you very much. Draws aren't that funny. Why is this not working? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. And also we only played a third of the match now. So this is gonna take a while. Coconut Games rated with a group of 10? If only there had been 10 more. But thank you. Probably have to refresh this. Yeah, sorry about this. And as you can see, I'm not an experienced streamer, so I don't know how to fill in dead air. So I just sit here being quiet, and there's no music. So it's really people being alone with with their spam. It's pretty sad, I would say. Shame on you all. But again, we're we're only a third of the way. So there are a lot of boring draws, technical problems coming, probably some molding, maybe even some good wins. Who knows? At some point I'll certainly lose at least a few games. I'm drinking the old, you know, rum and coke without the rum and without the sugar. Also called Coke Zero or something. No ad. Okay, there we go. Wait a sec. We don't go. Why is it not working now? The question is, how can I get this on stream? Maybe I need to. Maybe I actually need to change the scene. Okay, let's. Oh, now we have it. Okay, good. Good. Then I won't keep Vlad waiting anymore, and I'll just start making moves. Sorry, Vlad, for all the nonsense. Hopefully there isn't that. There aren't that many hiccups coming up. D3. It's a bit surprising. Let's go for something a little bit forcing. Bishop B4. These lines are generally okay for black. Is this a bluff? I don't know. Takes. Queen E2, rook E1. Probably isn't that great for me. Let's castle instead. Rook E1. Rook E8, there's maybe takes, C takes, and then bishop G5, and that could be less than ideal. So let's just take on E4. It's gonna be pretty symmetrical, but usually there's a lot of play even in this position. So now I want this. Yes, I do like Stephen Curry. He's on a pretty insane streak right now. It's a random question though. go bishop c7. Get that bishop out of the file. Maybe rook d8. Maybe develop the other bishop. How did I even manage to find the question? Yeah, I know. So I think the conclusion after all is that people, they don't like mods when they have them, and then when they don't have mods, they want mods because it becomes just too spammy and too ridiculous. Is that it? I think that must be it. I'm moving this rook here since I don't know where to put this bishop here. I don't want to put it here because he will just chase it away with h3, and if I go bishop e6, he may have knight g5. And the rook may be decently placed on a8 if I go for a5, a4 at some point. It's really spending oceans of time though. I'm not sure it's the best strategy. Okay, now I'll go a5. Not sure he played this very accurately. I guess this is reasonable what he's done here, but he has given me the square on d4. So the question is, should I just jump in, or can I wait for a better moment? I'm not sure I can wait. Well, I can wait, of course, but I'm not sure I have any useful moves. Knight f4, bishop f4, e4. Looks very unconvincing. Bishop b6. Bishop e3 maybe. Don't feel like I have a lot there. Yeah, okay, let's go bishop b6. Knight e5, there is knight d4. Yeah, so bishop e3, and now I go for knight d4. Think of take, probably take again. Rook a2 looks artificial, and rook d1, I'll take on a3. So he has to take. Rook d4. I think I'm a little bit better, but realistically it's pretty hard to win, I believe. Yeah, let's trade off his strong bishop. I'm hoping this pawn is a little bit weak. Knight f5 is interesting. It's not what I would have done. I feel like, yeah, maybe his bishop is strong, but my knight is also very good. Okay, let's centralize. Not into crypto. Queen b2 maybe. Maybe rook d3. Yeah, never mind. Let's just take. Oh, there's queen a2. Also queen c4. But now I got knight d5 though. Queen c5. Okay. Don't have that much time. You can go a5, a4, a5 here. It's good compensation. This wasn't ideal. I should mention that if I'd gone rook f8 instead, I would have gotten mated in beautiful style. So I'm not sure I have time to show the line, but trust me. Rook e8. Queen g5 maybe. It does have rook d8. Yeah, maybe I need to start bailing out here. But this is most probably a draw. Even though I'm still can still claim at least a symbolic advantage. Takes, but then don't think he's completely equalized here. He should make a draw. b5. Okay, let's go king g6 first, then bring the knight. Do I have problems actually defending that pawn? Well, I don't have time, do I? Okay, let's go. I don't think I should have done this. Now I can play for a win without risk at the very least. I'll get h3, h5, h4. I think that's favorable for me. Maybe he's defending this well. Yeah, he's defending well. I'm not sure I can win this. Had to go back with the king. Yeah, bishop g8 is the threat, unfortunately. Don't have any winning chances anymore. Okay, I'm just going to force the draw. So I had nothing there. Another draw. Still 3 games up. So that's the good part. But a little too many draws for my liking. Yeah, I should have tried to get rook and knight against rook. But yeah, in time I just didn't manage, and yeah, he was too solid. I think I had this against him before, at least in some Blitz games. This e6 line. What is it that you should do here? Question mark. Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking Mark. Probably doesn't know. I want to get b4. Yeah, don't suggest moves. You will get banned for lifetime. Okay, let's try b4. Seems to be aiming for e5 at some point. Maybe I should go bishop b2. Normally I would think bishop a3 though. It's a little more, yeah. You don't get banned if you ask for a ban. We don't submit to your wishes that way. So if I ban the Forsen spammers, then it's okay. First of all, was wrong with having Forsen's face in the chat. I don't see. Could be wrong about that. Yeah, of course I know about Forsen. I'm one of the biggest Twitch streamers out there, and so is he. We have a club. I know I'm just feeding the trolls, but I think that's part of the game, isn't it? I don't know. Something about spam in general just speaks to me. Quite like spam. Not speaking of the dish, but spamming the activity. So this is interesting. I could go for an exchange sack here. It looks pretty promising. But also rook c1 looks very nice. So many choices. Let's just sack the exchange. This knight is so strong. And once his bishop is gone, then this diagonal is going to be huge, and his queen could be in some trouble. And there you have the arrows going astray again. Could we go queen c5? Yeah, let's go queen c5. Takes, and I haven't decided whether I want to regain the exchange there, then later with knight e7, but it's certainly an option. Regardless here, it's pretty clear that he's misplayed the opening, and I'm just much better now. Mainly because of this knight. Who would win? The desire not to give an exchange or the undeniable allure of the bishop pair? Yeah, that's a good question. It's a very good question, and I don't know the answer. Bishop f3. Maybe I misplayed this. Maybe I misplayed this ever so slightly. I mean, my position is still dominating, but I thought it would be even better. Let's go bishop f3. Could have gone bishop e6 there as well, but yeah, his problem was I go with moves like rook d1 to d4, and tonight is just paralyzing all of his major pieces. And even though I don't win anything immediately, I'm still doing really, really well. Here, rook d1. I feel like something tactical has got to turn up here soon. Knight d4, there's queen e7. Okay. Let's just make some air for the old king. Okay, I gotta play faster. Let's go. Let's go for the attack. It's always good in time trouble. Okay, this should win. Queen e7, I'll take knight f5. Yeah, this just wins. Knight f5 and game over. Because there are mating threats. Take on b7. Take back, and his pawn is not dangerous at all. Oh! He's trying to invite rook c8. That's quite a clever trick, actually. Okay, now bishop f3, bishop e2. Yeah, and for those who just joined, we're playing with increment. So flagging is never really an issue. I think that was the best game I've played of the match so far. Okay, let's go for something a bit solid here. He had a fork? Really? We played 10 games, so there are potentially 14 games left if the match goes the distance. No, I don't think I missed the mate in one, because his knight was protecting c8. Yeah, I don't think I did. Should anyway not read chat. Losing IQ points by the minute. I know you were promised losses and you haven't gotten them. I'm sorry about that. I think it's something about our styles that he's a good defender but not an especially good attacker, and then I just end up being somewhat better in a lot of games, and naturally ends up being a bunch of draws. And also in this game, the position is very, very dry. And we could well see another one of those draws. But I'm hoping eventually, after we've traded, that my pawn structure on the queen side is going to be a little bit better. Okay, let's bring the knight around. Possibly to d6 and f5, attacking this one. Also, now that his pawn is on g3, it's hard to play f3, so it's a little bit harder to kick the knight away. Yeah, let's just reroute the knight. I'm not so worried about the c-file here, since I got a good square for the knight on f5, and my position is very, very safe. I don't think he should have taken on d5, to be honest. I think that was good for me structurally. g4, yeah, I spoke about knight f5, so we decided to prevent it. It's very, very, very sensible. Queen f6, rook d1, rook b8, but he does have rook c6 there. Maybe I'll go the other way, try and post on the c-file after all. I also have the threat of queen b4 potentially attacking d4 and a4. Oh. Yeah, rook c6 makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I guess I changed my mind. I'm gonna move the knight back so that it's not hanging. But I think over the last two moves, the last few moves, his moves have been a little bit more to the point than mine. Maybe there was also a queen b5 there. Okay, let's exchange a few pieces. After all, my pawn structure may be a little bit better in the ending, so it's not like exchanges are necessarily bad for me. Rook d6, there's rook c1 and queen d6. Good thing this is not the Arrow Championship. Yeah, you're quite right. Oh, he probably made a move a long time ago. I just didn't notice. Okay. Rook c5. Yeah, let's force that exchange. Force it like forcing, huh? Queen b5. Queen b5, rook c1, take on f2, we can take on a5, but it looks good for me. He goes for it. It's an interesting choice. Certainly complicating the game. I've also got rook b7. Queen a5, take on c5, I win the exchange, and I have d4 later on. It's unclear, but it looks good for me. Let's do it. Let's go. Must be better for me. Queen e5, b4, d3, turning queen e2. And if takes, I take on a2, hopefully invading. You can give a couple of checks, but I don't think it matters. Yeah, now I check and I take on b4, and I just win. Queen d4, threatening rook a1. Good stuff. The last two games have been pretty clean, I think. Okay. So we have some sort of real opus here. Let's see what he will go for. Oh yeah, I think I had this against him before. It's interesting. This one. E4 maybe? These lines with bishop c5 are not very popular. They're not considered very good. Question, of course, is what do you play against them? Because when you play these lines that have been so unpopular and generally rejected by theory, then you can gain an advantage because people don't know them. Kind of want to put the bishop on g5, so I'm just going to do that. And he may at some point go h6 and either bishop e7 or g5, but in either case I think it's good for me that the bishop is on b7. It would be better off going to c8 and e6 possibly, or g4. So he's gone bishop e7 immediately, which is surprising to me. Since I thought now my bishop could also go the other way. So I would have thought it would be better to include h6 first. But what do I know? Okay, let's just go c3. With h6 I probably still have to go bishop h4. Maybe I can trade and go bishop d5. Yeah, let's try it. Looks reasonable. May end up in a situation where my knight is better than this bishop. That's what I'm hoping at least. And for the moment, feeling that my pieces are a little bit more active here. Knight c2, d5, I probably just ignore. Knight e3. This bishop is a little bit suspicious. So I think I'm a little better. And even if I'm not, position is easy to play. No, I'm certainly a little better. Even if it's not much, it's easier to play, and there's little risk. And at this point, just trying to do exactly that. Put some little pressure on him and just frustrate him by not giving him a lot of chances to beat me. Now intending knight g4. And okay. Makes sense to go h5, I guess. So I'll go rook d1, intending d4. And he allows it. Interesting. Can also make moves like this instead. Possibly queen a2 or rook a1. So it's not like I'm forced to do anything immediately, but probably wants to do this and this. So I have to do something at some point. Really don't gain a whole lot by going d4. e4, knight d4. You cannot take on e4 because of knight c6. But after queen e8, maybe I don't have a whole lot there. Maybe I do. Okay, let's go. Queen e8, maybe I have ed, knight d5, knight c6. Couldn't wait a pawn. b4 is an idea for him. Yeah, this wasn't great. This wasn't great, but I had to make a move at some point. Yeah, b4. That's what I was worried about. cb4, there's c5. Too bad. We'll just have to retreat then. But no, I'm certainly not better anymore, and it should just be very, very drush. Just have to speed up a little bit so that I don't lose the game unnecessarily. Yeah, this wasn't very good. Could have handled this a lot better. Do I have knight c6? No, I can't say that I do. Okay, I think regardless of what he'd gone for there, it's pretty dry and drawish. Yeah, just need to make sure that I don't blunder. Let's go knight f5, knight e3 maybe. Yeah, rook c5. Okay, he just trades. Bishop a5 is the only move, but it's quite sufficient. Trade even more. And I think draw. Okay, halfway there. Halfway in the match, and I'm up 5 games. So in order not to lose the match, I just need to avoid a complete collapse. So I think the position I had in this line the last time was a bit probably on the dubious side. But I don't necessarily think it was because of the opening. I think it was because of my later play. b4 maybe? Go a6 maybe. Which I should have done after 2 seconds. Okay, let's try c5 then. Doesn't look too bad. I don't love the fact that I have to recapture like this, but to some of you people in chat, so if you've listened to me today, you are aware that it's possible to bait me. Because, I don't know, I find it funny somehow. For some reason I like it, but some of you have got to try a little bit harder. I think I should take cd3 and put the knight on d7. This looks solid. fc8. Possibly knight d5 next. Aiming for this square. or even b3 and this. I don't love my weakness here, but I think it's way too little for him to hope for a real advantage. A favorite game of the candidates? Yeah, I would say the game from the first round of the restart between Fabi and MVL. I thought that one was awesome with the opening idea that Fabi came up with. Maxim's ingenious defense, and eventually they made some mutual mistakes in the ending, but I think that was entirely excusable, and I thought Fabi's conversion eventually was sublime. Let's take here 97. Who's your favorite Dr. Dre song / collaboration? I don't know. Have you forgotten about it? I haven't. That's what I can say. Is Anders a good footballer? No, he has many good qualities, but he's it's not a good footballer. Okay, 94. I think we're heading towards the draw now. It's gonna be the dullest game that we've had so far. Let's go e6. Stop the pawns for now. I think he's slightly hoping to get something here, but seems very unlikely. So, yeah. d5, I guess. No, he doesn't force it immediately. That's fine. King f6, not b2, king e5, then I might have been losing. Maybe I'm in some danger even here. Maybe I've been a bit careless. How have I gotten into any trouble? So apparently my chat is Polish now. I think something must have happened. Yeah. Is it a raid? From the biggest chess streamer ever? Welcome. I'm busy losing an equal ending, if you were wondering. But the match is going pretty well, and you can see the score here. Playing against one of the best Blitz players in the world. Okay, I gotta make a move. Move. Okay. Now I think I can go back with the king. I certainly have some worries here now. Rook b1. Push b2. This has gotten scary. So he's just gonna go back and then... Okay, we'll wait for the moment. It's repeating? Okay, cool. Think... Yeah, probably couldn't make progress, but it was a little bit scary there at the end. Yeah, as you can see, I don't know if you like draws in Poland, but if you like draws, you've come to the right place. I'm at +5 now, so 5 wins and 8 draws in a Blitz match. Go figure, huh? These games are indeed a little bit boring. I very much agree. It's very, it's very much a, sort of cagey match so far. So you are, Bartosz Rudecki's army, right? That's the one. Yeah, there are a lot of yeses in the chat now, so I think that's cool. I haven't seen the show. So why is he so popular? This is not me asking, like, trying to discredit or anything. I'm just genuinely curious. Because this is a guy who's shot up from nothing and become the biggest chess streamer there is. So it's pretty damn impressive. Oh, he's a Giga Chad. Explains it all. Yeah, I mean, just fun to watch this. It's reasonable. Like, you don't need any more reason to than that to watch stream. Anyway, thank you so much. You're definitely very, very welcome here to my community of spammers and trolls, as I like to call them. Haha, you are trolls. Thank you. That's good to hear. Then you'll fit right in. Meanwhile, here in the game, there's nothing much going on. Don't know why I brought my queen over here, since with this construction there's obviously no attack. So I'm just trying to play positionally. Queen b4. What kind of a move is that? So the point is a3, knight e4. Okay. That's fair. That is very much fair. Yeah, knight e4, ab4, take on g3, and then take on c3. What should I do? Yeah, queen d3, there's bishop a6. Like, how is there no way for me to defend that pawn? That seems pretty hard to believe, actually. Queen e3, allowing knight g4 takes, rook d3. It's really, really sad. I guess I have no choice. And again, don't suggest moves. You will get banned for life. For all of those who are new in the chat. Does Bartosz moderate his chat, by the way? Or does he just allow some trolling and not all? Yeah, F4 I think is gonna happen now. Queen D2 maybe. No, he takes. I think that's a little bit too soft. Now I believe I can equalize. I may have to give up the pawn on A2, but I don't care too much about that. Literally don't. Should care a little maybe. Queen A2. I can't trap his queen, can I? I'm just gonna have to rely on centralization, I think. Yeah, we'll take. Queen C5, there's Queen E3. Sure. I think he should have gone for the pawn, since now he's lost all his initiative and it's not better anymore. Rook E4, Rook A4 maybe. Yeah, Rook B8 is probably a good move. So Rook C4. Why did I go Rook C4? That was insane. Somehow, yeah, I just hallucinated there. It's really, really bad. What can I even do now? I have to take this one. Probably lost at this point. I'll try to keep his king out a little bit. Yeah, this game has been awful. Really, 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 really bad. Like, I was worse, then I was completely fine, and now I'm just blundering everything again. Okay, he's gonna check me twice. That's fine. Goes for C4 eventually, I have to take, yeah. Q3. Don't think he has anything immediately decisive. I may be saving this. Yeah, I think I should save this now. Check. I don't want my king to be pushed back. This move looks ridiculous because he can take it, but I'll get rook b5 and rook b6. Yeah, okay, check, king f5. Should be saving this now. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, I have to push. Push, push, push. What is this? I can take on b3 now. What? I think he just gave me a draw there. Check. e3. e2. I got rook e1. And much like the internet, I remain undefeated. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I should never ever have saved this one. Yeah, I didn't see rook f3 was checked. That was his problem. Unbelievable. New title. Over the top chess streamer, drawing and molding. Wow. Wow, wow. C5. I don't know these lines perfectly. I mean, there's knight d5, e5, so on. Oh, arrows are scuffed again. Knight c6. I think he wants bishop d3. So if I go h6, I give him something to latch onto with g4, h4. So I'm not sure that's called for. How else do I deal with the threat? f5. But before he's weakened his position with some he tried to queenside castle with queen b1. That's funny. Let's go h6. Don't love the weakening, but didn't see anything else. Okay, so he's just castling. He's just castling kingside. If I'd known that, I would have played a lot faster, because this is not that dangerous. So is his idea this? Bishop h7, king h8, d4, and he claims that I cannot go g6. If he does claim that, he's probably correct. And if queen takes, bishop e4, bishop e4 I move, and then d4. He has some initiative there as well. Okay, I'm a little bit worse then. Not much. Should be able to draw. But 3 draws in a row now. Am I just gonna win the match by by desperately trying to make draws in each game? I guess that's the sad reality at this point. Queen e7, dc, bishop b2, queen b2, bc5, rook d5, knight d4 works for me. But I'm more worried about him attacking the c pawn. What else can I do? I can trade a bunch of times, but that doesn't look very good either. Time. I think I'll take back immediately to ask him some more questions concerning his coordination. Because with the queen on b2, he would have easy play with rook c1 and so on. Now his queen is a little bit stuck here, and he has completed the castle with the queen b1 and then rook d1, but I don't think it does him any good. He probably should just waste the move at this point with something like queen c2, and then just taking back on b2, but then I've at least gained some time. Maybe after queen c2 I have knight b4, queen moves, I take on b2, queen b2, d4, and then take on f3. We do a moderate amount of trolling in Poland. You love to hear it. I think moderate amount is still a little bit on the conservative side, no? Okay, so it does go for this. The problem with knight b4 is he has bishop f6 takes and then queen c5. So that's probably just no good. Okay, let's go for this instead. Simplify a bit. If he takes everything on d4 many times, then I have queen g5 at the end, attacking the rook on c1 and checkmate. So he cannot actually win a pawn, and thus I believe that I'm able to equalize pretty easily. And eventually, possibly, I can play for more. And you can see on time as well that he's catching up with me. He's a deep thinker, this one. Okay. While I was drawing arrows, he made a move. My rook on d4 is pretty strong, so I'm not sure he can tolerate it for long. Maybe something like bishop h3. Maybe that's a good move. Although I do have ideas like rook d8, queen g5, rook h4. Okay, so he just takes. Queen d1. But no, I'm absolutely fine. Probably even slightly better, to be fair. Maybe not. Maybe not really. Let's go queen c6. Now let's just trade off the bishops. I like my chances in a major piece ending here with this pass pawn, so I think I'm slightly better. Oh. Yeah, it's just forcing everything off. It's annoying. Take. Rook e4, I think. Yeah, this is just a draw. Oh, he doesn't want the draw for now. Okay. That's fine, yeah. I lose a pawn now. That was a bit unnecessary, but it's still a dead draw. If he takes an h6, it's a very clear draw with pawns on only one side. He wants f4 now? I'm messing this up a little bit, but I don't think nearly enough. Yeah, let's take it. Yeah, this is just a draw. Don't know who is playing for win here, if anyone. Don't really think it's anyone. Draw, draw, draw. You won't believe this? This is actually the second 4-game drawing streak of the match. Which is pretty ridiculous for for a Blitz match. We've played 10 draws. We made 10 draws and I've won 5 and not lost any. It's pretty insane. Oh, knight f3, I'm allowing this a6 stuff, but yeah, it doesn't play like that. c5. Then e6, okay, it's just a funny mover. So I faced this b3 line a bit recently. So let's try this one. Faced this a bit in bullets as black, and I've struggled somewhat. I think this is how you're supposed to play as white against this b6 move. It's very concrete stuff. Knight d7, you go d5. Why not music? I don't know how to put on music. Do you have any other stupid question? Paklesa, yeah, I've played him a bunch of times in Blitz and Bullet. He's very, very solid. Yeah, it's the idiots in the back who usually put on music. Besides, you guys watch me with music though. Sorry, without. So where's my incentive to actually put it on? I think if I wasn't talking, I would play better with music, but somehow to me, talking over the music seems a bit much. I'm not sure I can do that. Okay, let's take. Go knight c4. Threatening knight e6. Knight c6, I got queen f3. Yeah, again, don't give moves. Also knight d7, I got knight d6, queen d5, knight c6, with two very strong knights. And the real OGs will sure remember the decisive game of the 2019 World Blitz Championship against Grandmaster Nakamura, where I won, where I had those exact knights in this kind of structure. Somehow you saying "I remember" in all caps makes me feel like you didn't remember it. You just want to be part of the group. I don't know. So queen f3, knight d7, knight d6. Okay, let's try it. Let's go. I'm hoping for knight d7, knight d6, queen b8, rook c8. And if yeah, this is super complicated. Rook a7, yeah, I guess that saves the material for the time being, but I can go rook d1, hinting at e4. I can also go queen f4, hinting at knight d6. Let's go rook d1, seems better. Knight c6. Somehow I didn't think that was possible. Maybe it is. Yeah, probably it's just good. I'm still a bit better though, am I not? b6, knight d4. No, doesn't work. Knight d6, rook d6. No, knight d6, he's got knight d4 and then queen d7. That's the problem. Really, really annoying. Okay, I think I have to go for it, but I don't think I have any advantage anymore. Unfortunately. I think he can even take on d6 actually. I don't have much, if anything. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was doing great in this game. Queen d7 seems obvious. Yeah, let's take this one. Queen g3. Try and confuse him. d1. Maybe that doesn't work. Okay, we'll give a check. Or will we? Oh, this doesn't work. Damn it. Doesn't actually work. No, this didn't actually work. Thought I had something brilliant here. Maybe it does work. Being too slow here. Oh, queen d4 loses. Okay, I have to try this. Okay. Ending again. Okay, one. Only way to save the pawn. Oh, this is a mess. This is a proper mess. e5 now. This, I think I'm saving it. These games are crazy. Just complication after complication, and they just always end up in draws. Rook d6, now I'm making a draw. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All of this, and just for a draw. But 94 was kind of a sick find there, I think. That's 5 draws in a row now. Rona. This is pretty bad content. Which is what I care about these days. It's 95. I had this against Alireza in the Blitz Cup last year, and that's... I mean, that was the first time I saw this line, and I found it sort of hard to believe that white could have anything, but removing this knight that wasn't c6 has removed some of my influence in the center over these two squares. So that, I guess that's the point, but still giving up the bishop pair seems kind of weird. So yeah, this is what I had against Alireza. d4, took on d3. Yeah, the format is 24 games. And then you cut. And against Alireza I castled, and after queen f3 I was worse, so I think what black is supposed to go bishop g4. It's also possible rook lifts here and pawn is hanging, so this is not a bad line for white at all. I mean, my first instinct is, you know, yeah, first to 12 and a half, I would guess. Yeah, Alireza, Artemiev would have beaten Alireza except for etiquette. Too much etiquette is a bad thing. 8 draws to go. I don't know if... Obviously this is super embarrassing, but... well, embarrassing in the sense that it's unprofessional, but I don't actually know what happens if the match is decided before 24 games, whether we play the last few games or we just quit. We haven't actually discussed that. Why did I lose speed chess? I don't know. Probably didn't play well enough. You got any other stupid questions you want to ask? Yeah, it's chess 24 and 24 games. You're right. Either all questions are stupid or no questions are stupid. There's really no line in between. Will the guy with the man bun ever become world champion? It was pretty close, I would say, back in 2017. I was on my way. I really, really wanted to get the man bun back then. No, I don't win most of my games. I draw most of my games. Haven't you noticed? Okay, so if I take rook d1, that's his point. Okay, I'll go rook e8 instead then. Maybe rook a7, but I find it hard to believe. Okay, so he goes queen f3 then. That's clever. Guess I should take. I don't have any tactics. Bishop b4 maybe? Because I want him to take back with the pawn here. Bishop e2 is also a move, but I think he takes with the queen, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, let's go bishop b4. It's heading towards another draw, by the way. It's pretty sick. So tomorrow I will have a shorter match against Daniil Dubov. And I don't like to give guarantees where when I cannot be absolutely sure about something, but I think the chances are there will be less draws tomorrow with Daniil. And yeah, I know some of you don't like some of you don't like the increment, but I think it's good for being able to talk a bit more. Generally try and be more instructive. And also, Also, I know that both Vlad and Daniil certainly prefer increments, so I think it's only fair to them to do that. Okay, I gotta speed up. I've misplayed this a tiny bit. I wanted f6, bishop f4, king f7, and then rook d7, king e6, but he could take on c7 first. Okay, let's go. Oh, I'm short of time. Okay, let's go b6. I don't like it though. Don't like it one bit. Yeah, this is really bad. Go back. Check. Okay, now, no, I think he... Now I get king e7 and I'm fine. Absolutely fine now. Now we can even start to hope for a win, I think. Knight f5. He has some weak pawns. Trade is fine. Rook d8 maybe, after b4. Go here anyway, g6. Now I'm a tiny bit better. Don't think it will be enough, but nevertheless I can try. Check. Back. Let's go b5. Weaken his structure a bit. Okay, check. Maybe I don't have much here, but I think I'm a little bit better now for sure. I can start running the pawn. Okay, rook b5. This is unpleasant for him. Possibly very unpleasant. Give up g6, but I think my pawn is just too fast now. Yeah. He's got no chance now. There's no mate. I just go king a3 and a1. And look at that! After a million drawn rook endings in a row, I win one. Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, it looked like another draw, but I think my technique there was pretty good. I gained more and more ground, and eventually it's too much for him. So I try to sort of not so ambitious line here by just going knight c3 and knight f3 against this. But here, doesn't he just get a queen's Indian and tempo down? Don't know what his idea is. If he goes e6, I go e4. And normally the white pawn is on a3 and the queen's Indian. Whether I have the best technique? It depends on the situation. In general, I have good understanding, and that usually leads to playing endings well. But my rook endings can be a bit shaky sometimes. But they have gotten a lot better. I have gotten a lot more comfortable and confident in defending worse rook endings. Okay, here is just it's just a tempo down on some normal theoretical lines, I think. How much income tax did I pay last year? Is that really any of your business? Don't worry, I pay my taxes. I'm a good citizen. Yeah, I know I shouldn't let myself be baited. Somehow like answering the most stupid questions though. Oh, but maybe I should have gone a3 first. Maybe now we can take bishop a6, trade off a few pieces. But I still think I'm a bit better there. Thanks for streaming. You're welcome. Maybe his idea is queen c4 and then bishop e4. It's a bit annoying actually. It's probably really annoying. Especially in Blitz, those positions are a bit difficult to play. When he has so many good squares for his pieces and with such a relatively small material investment. Yeah, I think I don't have much now. But I probably have a little bit. Because I'm gonna go... After knight c6, I'm gonna go queen c2. Forcing him to trade. Or not to trade, but to take my rook. And then I think I will get control over the c-file. So... yeah, not bad, not bad. Will I adopt the World Championship Challenger in Bullet maybe? .95. Wow. Okay. What's the point? Probably wants to go to f6 later to attack e4. So I guess I'll go rook c1 then. Knight coming to c6. Looks like I'm considerably better now. Yeah, knight c6, queen c6, that I missed. So I have to go f3, and that's not really a desirable positionally speaking. Anything else? Yeah, d5, no. Okay. I don't know why he took. I got queen c6 here with a slightly better ending, possibly. Also knight c6 looks good. Bishop f4, but his knight is so strong. It's paralyzing his queen and his rook. I'm probably much better now. Yeah, bishop e3 doesn't do much. Let's push. Takes. Thinking of takes, possibly 97, 95. Okay, now I just chop this one off. And d6. Oh, so this is how he's sort of fighting on. Or maybe it's not. Queen d3 and then d7. I think that just wins immediately. Oh no, I'm not threatening the bishop. Okay. Calm down. Just a tad. Calma, calma. Calma. Rook e2 maybe? Yeah, rook e2 looks good. Knight e7. Don't think there are any serious tricks here. Yeah, none of this works for him. He's fighting on. Let's give a check. Rook e2. Just be really, really safe. And he's obviously left empty-handed there. Queen f5, queen d8, otherwise queen f6. Queen f6, queen c5. But now this is an inertia at this point. Okay. You can see 2 wins, 5 draws, 2 more wins. This is the way that I do it. Now I have won the match. Let's just ask the guys if I should play anymore. This should have been decided beforehand. Obviously, I'm not that averse to ending the match right now. I mean, I don't think I played brilliantly, but like being undefeated against such a good player, still pretty awesome, I feel. And there were some games that I shouldn't have drawn, but there were also some very good saves. Okay, in the meantime, I'll check. Well, Son scored. And Watkins had an assist. Good times, huh? Son gets max bonus as well. No, I'm not a Tottenham fan, but I'm a fan of my own fantasy football team. Yeah, apparently the match is over. And yes, my team has been doing well recently. Like I had a pretty mediocre season at best, but the last few games, the last few rounds, I've been rising. So now I think I'm at about 10k worldwide, which is pretty good, I would say. Yeah. Oh, you probably can't see it. No, I don't think you can see all of it. The one guy, the guys who are missing are Lookman and Alonso, and I get Watkins from the bench since Rafinha didn't play. So yeah, Super League. Again, I will refer to my podcast in Norwegian, of course. Yeah, Sanchez 9-pointer was pretty sick. Although Brighton are really, really solid, and Chelsea, while solid at the back, they haven't really been very potent since Tuchel took over. It's kind of his brand of football. That's a little bit. It's good, but it's a little bit sad. So I'm not shocked that Brighton kept a clean sheet, and I thought that Forster would be benched after his last outing anyway, so that's why I put Sanchez. Okay. There's a day tomorrow as well. So I think I'm gonna end. Thank you all for joining. Forsen spammers, the OG fans, memers and trollers, Polish trollers, all of you. It's been a good stream, I think. And the match wasn't that exciting after all, but shutting out a player of Artemiev's strength, I think that's something I can be proud of, even if the play wasn't sparkling. Okay, so I think I have 2 mods. Can you tell me who's online? Oh, I can actually open Twitch myself and see. Whom do we have? Yeah, I would have rated Jan, but he's playing Among Us. I think Among Us on stream is pretty dull, no? I don't know really. I don't know. Let's just end the stream. I don't think I'm rating anybody. Thank you for following, and I'll be back tomorrow at 5 Central European time.